When you look at what we're doing, look at the changes and the awakenings that we're causing and people who are, I'm not going to say old, but more mature than we are. Mm-hmm. Like we're literally, I have people who text me who are way older in age and asking me for advice about things because of my mindset, because of the energy that I give off and what I speak through my vessel. This is what we're doing. Can you imagine the amount of change and the amount of high vibrational frequency that this next generation is going to create for this world? Mm. But the souls, the old souls and the new souls who are here now, especially in these babies and these kids and the kids who are in middle school and elementary school, all of them are going to make a very, very static change because of us. We are the ones who are going to be raising them. We are the ones who are changing the world right now. Imagine what they're doing. Imagine what they're going to be doing in their time of maturity. When you look at the traumas that our parents had to go through, our grandparents had to go through, the traits that they're dealing with now, that they're trying to figure out and get over. We have already dealt with those things. We have already matured through those emotions. We are more emotionally mature than some of the elders, some of the last generation, and they are, having their awakenings because of us. The older generation is basically took care of the vibratory rate of the past, but we are taking care of the vibratory rate right now, which is super important because we are able to obtain it. We're here for a reason. Everybody has a purpose. We are literally filtering out the traumas of generations that's passed down through families. We're filtering about a lot of negative energy because of the spiritual and soulful maturity that we have. We are realizing things at young ages. We are changing the mindset of our parents, the mindsets of people around us. That itself shows the maturity of our soul. It's like an old soul, literally. It's an ancient one. Looking at everything that's going on right now. Looking at the vibratory rate that people give off, the things that's happening in all around the world. So these old souls, they're definitely back here, and they're here for that change. War coming.
Yeah, there's been like a lot of young chosen ones I talked to, and they be so young, 13, 14, 15, and it's like they're so wise. It's like they're so enlightened. Sometimes they be more enlightened than some of the elders out here, because some of the elders don't act like they're in their place. Some of the elders don't have the wisdom as some of the youth. And I'm gonna say it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I see some elders out here, they're just acting like kids, but then the youth, they're acting like the most powerful beings in the world. And that's why this live is called The Most Powerful Beings on Planet Kiyaaa, because the youth really is the most powerful beings. Like, if you are the youth, understand that you are actually powerful and that you are unstoppable.
Because of the system that that everybody is stuck in right now. The fact that we need money, the fact that you have to pay for food, the fact that you have to pay for water, all of that is a stress. It's a strain it's a responsibility that you're supposed to have, especially if you were a millennial who had kids at a young age. That strain that you had to do, you didn't even get to develop or heal yourself. It was just a constant train going and constantly going, and you never had a time to take a break, to actually be still, to actually meditate and go inside of your head. Why do I yell so much? Why do I act like this? Why is my life like this? They didn't have time to think about that. It was always just go, and deal with it later. It's a piles and piles and piles and piles of emotional trauma that is being passed down, especially through Black communities. But as for these parents, especially who have been through traumas, and they're doing the same things to their kids. You make your kids yes men, and then as soon as they get older and they go out into this world and they're getting yelled at their managers and they're getting abused in relationships, or they don't know how to speak up for themselves because as a child they never got the ability to actually voice who they are, voice their opinion, express the spiritual energy that they have. They never had that chance to. So when you get older, you are stuck in a cycle of constantly doing what other people say and not actually taking in what your purpose is, standing on your ground, standing in your life. You know, you got everybody telling you what to do. You can't think for yourself. That all started as a child. It starts when you as a parent don't allow your kids to speak. That's what they're here for. Imagine me not being able to have my throat chakra open to be able to speak from what I know, what's in my genes, what's in my DNA. Well, not DNA, DEA. But you cannot have a matrix brainwashed mindset when you are trying to create something from yourself. You know, and it's a lot of people who get that confused because they'll say, oh, I wrote it down on the board. I'm writing down my manifestations. Where is my ancestors? Where is my spirit guides? I'm supposed to be having this. I'm supposed to be having that, but didn't put no action towards the things that you want. You're in this physical realm right now. You control your reality. If you don't put no action towards it, and even if you do start something, you start something that you want to create and you don't like the progress that you're making, it doesn't matter how fast or how slow progress is happening for you. You're doing what you want to do. You're happy about it, right? Or are you thinking from it just from a money standpoint? Are you just caring about the money? Are you caring about your happiness? That's where success comes from. When you're happy doing something that you love, it's going to constantly grow in abundance. You can't just expect things to just fall into your lap. You got to actually put pressure towards it. You can't just, oh, I did what I was supposed to do to attract my manifestations. Let me just write this down. Okay, we good. And then wonder why it's not happening for you. You say you wrote it down. You push that energy out from your vibration and from this physical form. Put action towards it. Action speaks louder than words.
Shout out to the youth.
Y'all have to embrace everything, especially at a young age. Everything that the gifts that you have is very powerful in itself. Everything is energy. Especially me as a Gemini, inconsistency and just being able to trust my own feelings is very hard. Sometimes for me, it used to be hard because I would always not know what 100%ly I wanted to do because I was good at everything. Trusting myself and believing in myself enough that I have the power to get things done. You know, so the importance of trusting yourself, trusting what you say, trusting what you believe in. If you don't believe in yourself, how else are you supposed to believe in attracting the things that you want? If you're not able to discern what you want to do, what you want to say, do you trust yourself through low times? Can you trust the things and the actions that you do? Can you believe in yourself that much? And if you don't believe in yourself, your personal power that you have, you got to work on that. You got to find faith within yourself that you have that power. Trust in yourself.
Yes.
Trust in the universe.
Yes.
When I went through the times where I had graduated high school, you know, and I did it for my mom. I never really had no sense of direction. I always did what other people told me to do. I was always conscious and always questioning things. But since this is my elder and then my mother is telling me, oh, this is how you have survival in this world, I was like, no, why am I doing this? Why? I don't even if I do want to be a nurse and go work at a hospital, I can't be around people who constantly in pain. I feel that. I'm going to take all of that in. I'm thinking about all of this stuff that I'm going to do and pass on to my life and go to college and work this job and spend the rest of my life being told what to do. All of that is literally what I'm questioning with myself, right? I had to have the trust in myself and my personal power, even though I don't really know what I want to do, even though I don't really know what the future awaits for my thought process and my vibration. But I believe in myself. I trust in myself enough to know what I don't want and what I do. The strength it took me to actually get out of that mindset that you don't have to go to college. You don't, all of the answers is inside of you. Every amount of speaking and all of this information that I've been giving out, it came from me. So I literally had to build that trust up in myself and build that strength to actually go against the grain. Stop doing what everybody else doing, because you see how miserable people are working these jobs, especially these kids, these teenagers who are working these fast food restaurants, who are working all of this and being yelled at by grown people, elders, talking to these kids crazy. If you don't trust how you feel, then how are you supposed to navigate through this world, navigate through people? When you come in contact, especially with anybody who's like doing some real shady stuff, you can feel the negative energy that they're giving off. You can feel the weird, the weirdness that they're giving off, especially like, say for instance, even with kids, even with us, we have to be able to discern what is a good person and what is a negative person. Like with kids getting kidnapped, all types of things happening, being able to feel that blockage, that you should stay away from that. Kids feel that intensely. That's why even babies, that's why some babies don't like being held by some people. They instantly start crying.
And babies are the most intuitive creatures in the world right now. They're so intuitive.
That power is still inside of us. Being able to read energy, that's something that you were given at birth. That's why we able to spit out knowledge and information that, they don't even want us to know. It's inside of us. We ain't have to like go read no book, go listen to something. No, it's inside of you. Everybody got their own genetic coding inside of them that is very powerful, that has powers, that has information, all of that.
So as all the chosen ones are not public, and some would never start a channel due to the free will, right, and the privacy.
If you are healing yourself, if you are raising your vibration, if you are healing the traumas that you have, if you are taking out the negative tendencies that you have, if you are doing all of that, and because you are aligned, because you found peace within yourself, and you are spreading that out to other people. It don't even matter if you don't have a big platform, if you don't have as many followers or subscribers than the next person. The things that you're doing as a collective, because we all are a collective consciousness, disagreeing, fighting with each other, negative and positive things happening, it's all a collective consciousness, because they're duality everything.
Right.
So the portion that is you, which is a part of the collective, if you are keeping that right, then everything else will fall in line. Don't feel pressured to just, you don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. Just working on yourself is important. It really is. It helps. Because when you go in that store with that positive energy, with that high vibrational spirit, and somebody who's working across the corner is being yelled at by another customer, and you walk up to them and they just look so down and so drained, and you come there with that positive energy and you make them laugh, that itself is very powerful. That itself is very helpful. It's the little things that you do. Paying attention to the little things in your mind and your spirit. Quantumly talking to yourself. So as a collective, recognize the little things that you do is helping. Appreciate that. Appreciate yourself. Pass on that good energy. Even with just healing your own family. It ain't gotta be everybody, because some people not gonna make it. But spreading that's what helps. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, if you just work on yourself. That's what's helping. Because these aliens and all of these people and the Galactic Federation, all of them are here and they're scanning the energy that we have. And some of them are getting in contact with them. because of the positive energy that they have. They're not just they'll personally talk to you. They're going to come to you telepathically, in a dream, in the astrals, and they're going to talk to you personally because of the vibration that you're giving off, that you give for yourself and for the collective. You know, their eating habits, eating with the things that they do with their life, the places that they go to, the clubs, all of that. I don't want to be around somebody who don't know how to change, who don't know how to upgrade, because everybody's constantly evolving. If you're not evolving yourself, then why are you still staying the same? The planet is evolving. The planet is changing. You got to change yourself. You can't just be stuck in the same. It's the same thing with these Christians.
Christians, like the Bible, it's just like the Bible is the same thing. Like that shit don't update. Like, you know how you got an iPhone, they got iOS, they updates. Bro, the Bible don't got no iOS update. That just stay the same.
Exactly. And it's really hard, especially for people who are Christians. When I be trying to talk to them, they just stuck in their ways. You know, some of them are they're not bad people. You know, they're not bad. She's not evil. Like my grandma, she's a Christian. I love her to death. She's always positive. She's so giving and so loving. But, you know, if you try to tell her anything that's going to initiate change and the growth of herself, she's stuck in her ways. You gotta, that's something that you can't really connect to.
As someone who, like me, I'm a person who loves transformation. I love people who transform. I love people who are always going through change. I have a problem being around people who are just stuck in their ways. People who just do the same thing every day. People who are just like just stagnant, like just do the same thing. And it's like, I just can't really grow. I'm just a person about growth. I'm a person about putting myself in situations that is uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, you're actually transforming yourself. That's called death and rebirth. You have to die to be reborn. You have to. And people think death is always physical.
I have to step away from some of my friends that I had.
What we are about the business now is awakening.
You control your reality.